Welcome back to A Conversation with Her. My name is Felicia Brown and I am the owner of Holy Girl Tees, and it is a Christian t-shirt company that inspires women to walk in the boldness and fullness and how God created them to be. Today I have my good friend Tish with me, and she's an engineer by trade, and she's a mother to three wonderful girls, well, young ladies I should say, and to three stepsons. So, today Tish and I will be talking about building relationships. And I know just since COVID, a lot of us have been just isolated because we haven't been going in to our jobs. We've been working from home. You know, some have been working from home and just not being able to hang out with your friends. So we just want to talk about the importance of building relationships. So Tish, tell me, what do you think about that?
Well, first, I just have to say, I think just about every person who has come on here has had to give you your props. So I got to give you your props first because I remember when a conversation with her was a conversation. We were having a conversation about what she wanted to do. And I remember when you talked about the idea of the t-shirts.
Yes. I'll
Can't
just
really see.
yeah,
Free
there
to
we
be
go.
me.
Free to be me.
Everybody know I'm me. all of me. But I remember when that was a thought and idea, and now it's Holy Girl Tees.
Yes.
And so when we come on here and say we proud, we proud.
Oh, well,
We
thank
are
you.
proud
Thank
because I think it's one thing to say you want to do something. It's another thing to be obedient and to do that. And so thank you for your obedience.
Oh, thank you, my
And
friend.
as a result, we're here
Yes.
on a conversation with her.
Yay.
And then I think the other thing I want to say, you talked about connection. Also, thank you for your friendship. We are filming on the road. We are in Pembroke Pines, Florida. The show has went mobile.
Yeah.
And something has to be said about a friend who will travel to come and see you. To me, that speaks volume, especially during a time like this. And so I definitely want to thank you for your friendship. Felicia's the type of friend, she's funny for one. She's funny. But she's that type of friend. She's very dependable, very loyal. If she says she's coming over to help, or she'll be there at a certain time and that doorbell rings and your stuff starts at 5 and it's 4:59, I'm like, that's Felicia. And chances are it's Felicia. She's very loyal, very supportive. If there's anything going on in your life, you're like, you need prayer, she's always there to pray. So thank you for being that supportive friend.
Sweet.
So,
Thank you. But first, I have to tell you, I forgot to tell you how we met. We met at small group in church, so I've known Tish for maybe about almost 3 years, two and a half, 3 years. Yeah. So
it's been, I think this December, this December will be 4
years. Okay.
I think it'll be 4 years almost.
Yeah, so I've known her, and she
Yeah.
is a good friend, and ditto, she is loyal. She is the best. She has such a giving heart, and you can find no better friend than this one. As loyal, and trustworthy, and she will give you the shirt off her back. She is just a genuine person and very just sincere in her action and very, very warm and loving. And you couldn't ask for a better friend. So.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry, girl. You're gonna make me cry. But I think one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about the importance of building connections and friendships is something that you mentioned earlier. We're finding ourselves in a time where, like never before, we're having to disconnect. We're having to social distance. We've been on lockdowns, and we might go back to lockdowns. And I think the nature of a lot of our relationships, when you take away the job, when you take away having to be at church 3 or 4 days out the week, when you take away the kids' sporting events or being with your friends, you strip all that away, and all you have is maybe text, Zoom, phone calls. I think this time has really revealed to us, definitely to myself, who your friends really are, who you're really connected to, who actually called and checked in on you, who took the time to still celebrate you on your birthday, or find a way, be creative and find a way to be there. And so I think this time has somewhat been like that slap in the face, where we may have even thought someone was a different type of friend, and during this time we saw something different, because a lot of things were taken away and we saw things for what they really are. I think most people who know me, so as I said, we're in Florida. When Felicia first asked me to do this, I was transitioning to move to Florida from Indiana. This is my 5th move. I've moved and I've had to start over, and because of that, I have had to learn how to connect and build relationships. And those who grew up with me know that I was never a friendly person. Like, people cannot believe that.
I mean, it's hard to
I was
believe.
not a friendly person, and I was not a social person. Like, literally, I know this sounds bad, but I did not like people. I just did not like people. And people will never believe that, but it's true. And I think it's at some point in life, I found myself in my 20s. I had my girlfriends from childhood, high school, starting a family, and really building connections and making friendships was something that was the lowest item, the lowest thing on my thought process to do. And it was like, wow, I already don't have time. As she said, I'm an engineer working, full-time, mother, wife. I don't have time to invest in other friends. I have my friends. I'm cool with my 2-3 good girlfriends. I'm good. And I didn't even want to know my neighbors. I was like, I don't need to know them. They stay over there and I'll stay over here. I mean, it was bad to where literally I know I can think about the exact day. I know the exact day that changed for me. And that was when I heard God say to me, how are you going to be about my business when you don't even love my people? And I was like, dang, you got a good point there, God. How am I going to actually connect with your people? Like, how am I winning souls for anybody if I can't love your people, if I don't want to connect with them or build a relationship for them? So for me, I think at that point, that's when there was a shift in my thought process. This ain't about trying to have friends and go on girls' trips. This is about ministry for me. This is about if I can build a horizontal relationship, I can pretty much guarantee you our vertical relationship is going to increase. And so that's what it became for me. And one of the things when Felicia and I were talking about what I was going to talk about, we just started having this long conversation that should have been on record, because we was just going all up through there. And one of the things that I had asked her, and maybe she could share a little bit also, is why is it so hard the older we get to build those connections? And this is for men and for women. I believe men have a desire, just like women deep down, to have intimate connections, not surface connections, but those where it's not about somebody liking a status. It's about somebody being able to reach out to you, pre-COVID, it's okay, and be like, it's okay, somebody who actually can put their hands on you, put their eyes on you, and make sure and see you. and know that you're okay. It's one thing to just casually, how you doing, and it's another thing to how you feel about how you doing, to really get deep into what that relationship and who that person is. And the more I move and the older I'm getting, I'm finding that it becomes more difficult the older you become to try to build those connections for both men and women. And I threw that out there. Like, why do you think that's so challenging? Why do people hold back?
I don't think people want to be transparent. Everybody wants to say I'm fine, but you're the type of friend she won't accept I'm fine. She doesn't accept
What does fine mean?
I know. So it's like, okay. And so it's always, okay, tell me more. I want to know, why do you feel this way? Okay.
I think that's how I feel.
Yeah, okay, so we're going to go deeper. So she peels the layers back. So this is the type of friend that I'm fine. It doesn't work with her. When she sees that something isn't right, I mean, she's going to dig deeper for you to be able to express yourself. And it's a safe place, and she's a no judgment zone that you can empty your heart, and she has your best interest, that she's going to help you figure it out. And I think when we start being vulnerable, I mean, and you have to pick the right person. You just can't, spill your guts to everybody, but listen to the Holy Spirit, and the friend who really is genuinely concerned about your welfare and what's going on. But I just think we don't want to be transparent, and we just want everyone to think that I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine, and deep down you're not.
Yeah, no, I agree. Transparency is so huge. That, along with, I think also, we carry a lot of damage that has happened from prior relationships.
Yes.
Whether there was a friend who betrayed you, gossip talked about you. You can't believe she told your business, like you said. You can't tell everyone your business, and then that was a relationship that really hurt you, and so because of that, you just kind of made that inner vow to yourself, like, I don't want to get close to anyone else like that again, because I don't want to be that vulnerable. And so I do believe that is a huge part in it. But I also know that God made us to be connected, and that desire to be connected does not go away, regardless of how much we can say, I'm good, I don't need nobody, I don't need no friends, And like I said, it's not about the fact that you're trying to have a group of all these people around you. It's about being connected on a different level, so that if there's something that's really personal going on, that you have those individuals that you can counsel with, and that you can come out with the best outcome. One of my favorite verses, because I used to be that man on the island by itself or herself, and it's in Proverbs, where it talks about there's a way that seems right to a man that ends in destruction. Oh, I'm right about everything in my own, by myself. Everything sounds good. Yep, I'm right. You start adding some people to your life, and they start giving you counsel. They're like, wait a minute, that don't sound right. I don't know about that. And people also don't want that level of accountability. And
That's
so
true.
I think, as I said, when I started during this time in the season that we're in our life, in this epidemic, how do we find a way to continue to connect with one another? Because you probably are feeling a level of disconnection, whether it's from your family or friends, because we've had to be. And through that, how can you still go and connect with individuals? Because we need that. And I just want to encourage anyone that's listening to this, you do need people, and we do need each other.
Yes, we do.
And we are better together. And so, as Felicia said, for me, it's natural now. It didn't used to be. And I look at every person I meet as someone who, if they come inside of my sphere, I do not want them to leave the same. I want them to grow spiritually, physically, emotionally, and mentally. And so I'm just glad Felicia and I, 3-4 years ago now, had the opportunity. I have seen, not because of me, but I have seen this woman find her voice, and it is a beautiful voice. And I am so proud that you found your voice and that you're doing your thing. So,
oh, girl. Well,
kudos.
no, this one here. So you encourage me because she's a pusher and she wants the best for you, and so she's like, you can do it. She just, with her as your friend and in your corner, there's nothing that you can't do and that you can't accomplish. So I am very, very grateful for our friendship, and just so glad, like I said, in small group, that God just allowed us to connect, and that you know, she's a keeper, a friend for life. So
Me and my sister never fight.
I don't know.
Come on now, you think
I'm
you
gonna
got
get
your
my
black card revoked.
Oh, this is too funny. That's why we have
This
such
has
a
been
good
fun.
time. Yes. As always, I like to leave you with a little nugget of truth, and it is from Proverbs 27:17. Iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. As always, God has a purpose for you. Find it and walk in it. Thank you. Bye-bye.